Welcome back. Right now, we are going to talk about Baby Chimp Rescue. This is a three-part series on BBC America. I spoke with Jenny and Jim Desmond, and they work to save orphan chimpanzees out in the wild. Let's find out more. Right now, I have the opportunity to speak with Jenny and Jim Desmond about Baby Chimp Rescue. This is a BBC America three-part series, and they rescue orphan chimps. Thanks so much for joining us today on Park City Television.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And I understand you have a chimp with you right now.
Yep. Sadly, we have a little orphan. She's our 63rd orphan. Her name's Mary Beauty, and she's only with us today because she's with me 24 hours a day. So she needs 24/7 care, just like any new infant, and she's only a little over a month old.
How many orphaned baby chimps do you have with you right now?
We have 63 total, and we have another on the way today, so 64.
Why so many?
Well, here in Liberia, there's a lot of hunting, like bushmeat hunting, and it fuels the wildlife crime and wildlife pet trade. So we're working closely with the government here, with law enforcement officials, to try and stop. It's illegal to actually hunt chimpanzees or have them as pets. So we're working to build capacity so that we can stop that from happening. But until that really gets instilled in the government here, we're going to keep getting chimpanzees, unfortunately.
It's very tragic, but inspiring how you're able to help so many of these baby chimps. What made you decide to do this? I believe you're from America, and you decided to go over and help the chimps. What was your motivation?
I don't think we decided. I think they decided for us. We did come over originally to Liberia. We were already in Africa, in East Africa, and we came to Liberia to help some chimps who were former research chimps who had been abandoned here and left to starve. So we came for that purpose, and we very quickly got 2 additional chimps who were not part of that group, who were orphans from the bushmeat and pet trade. And it's kind of gone from there. After we had 5, we realized this was a much bigger problem and we needed to stay and try and tackle it.
So what will this series depict as viewers watch everything that you all are doing with these baby chimps?
Well, the series was filmed a couple of years ago when we started, and they followed us over almost over a year and a half. And they follow several orphan chimpanzees that we've rescued, and some get rescued during the show. They were able to film some confiscations. Then they follow the chimps as they're growing up and going through their learning some lessons on how to live in the wild, but then also sort of graduating to the larger groups as they age, just like human kids do. You know, when they grow up and they go to preschool and then they start going to elementary school, it's the same thing with these chimpanzees. So they follow several of the individual chimpanzees, and then follow Jenny and I as we're trying to grapple with this growing number of orphans that we're receiving and our plans to build a sanctuary.
Well, yes, I understand that you're running out of room because you have so many that you're rescuing. So tell me more about the sanctuary.
We're really excited. We've got 3 phases. We're almost nearing the end of phase 1. We still have a long way to go, but we are moving to a site with 100 acres of forest. And so the chimps will go from what we have now, which is really our house and a little bit of other space, to going to the forest every day. And they'll sleep inside at night with caregivers or in our night dorm. And it's just going to be amazing. It'll be a much better life close to what they would have had in the wild.
So tell me more about some of the baby chimps. I know you have some star pupils that you highlighted, Max and Lucy and Ella. Tell me more about them.
So when they started filming, there were certain chimpanzees that were sort of living in the house with us because we were providing 24-hour care to them. So Max is one of them, and Max came to us when he was only 3 months old, and he's a real character, and he's sort of always thought he was sort of the big man on campus, even when he was really young. Ella was tiny, and she's still small, even though she's a couple of years older now. There's Bowie, and then there's Lucy. Lucy's my favorite my favorite. She's just an amazing little person. She's really smart and sensitive, and so she's featured because she is so smart. She learns some of the lessons very quickly that the presenter is teaching during the show, Ben Garrett.
So this series, well, you mentioned it follows you for about a year and a half, which is quite a long time. But really, would you describe this as your life's work, and the series is just showing a snippet of that?
Yes. I mean, we don't, like I said, I think they decided for us, this is a lifetime commitment. These guys live for 50 to 60 years. So just the part of taking care of them is obviously a lifetime commitment, but also, of course, our goal is to keep wild chimps wild, and we hope that we will see that happening sooner rather than later.
Yeah, the ultimate goal of the sanctuary really is, like I was saying before, is we want to get people to stop killing the wild chimpanzees. And so it's really hard to get that to happen without a sanctuary in a country. So we work very complementary to conservation efforts. And we allow the law enforcement officials to actually enforce the law. And so hopefully over time, we get people to actually stop killing the chimps, and then the wild chimps stay in the forest, just like little Mary Beauty. That's where she should be. She should be in the forest with her family. And we're just doing the best we can to provide her the best life that we can, considering she's lost her opportunity to grow up with her family in the forest.
Well, I'm so looking forward to learning more, to meeting you all throughout this series. Baby Chimp Rescue, it premieres on Saturday, December 5th at 8 p.m. on BBC America, and that's Eastern Time. How else can we find out more information about the two of you, what you're doing, and how can we help as well if we're interested in maybe doing a little bit more?
You can find us anywhere. Our website is liberiachimpanzeerescue.org. And you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on social media. We love to talk with our supporters. And yeah, donate. I always need donations. It costs a lot to take care of these little guys. And also just spread the word about these guys, our project, and also just about chimpanzees and the importance of conservation.
Well, Jenny and Jim Desmond, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, meeting one of your chimps, and learning more about everything you're doing and Baby Chimp Rescue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.